Well folks, welcome back to the workshop. Today we've got an emergency repair. This is going to be an Instafix. This is actually dropped in by a regular customer here who needs it right away. He's doing a bit of heavy work and he thinks he's burnt it out, but he's not finished that heavy work, so he needs it actually finished. So he needs this fixed to finish the job. He's pretty sure it's been burnt out. Yeah, you can hear it cooking. Motor's gone it. So need a new armature for this here. He's actually boring 16mm holes into reinforced poured concrete pillars, and he's got 50 holes to bore. He's already bored 40 of them. That's what's burnt it out. Now he already knows himself that was pushing it, but it's just one of them jobs. He has to get it done, and it needs to be done now, so basically just sacrificing the drill to get the job done. He's actually hanging steel gates that he's made onto concrete pillars and steel railings as well. So there's a lot of holes to bore, all of them 16mm if not 20, and it needs it done now today. Now like I say, he's already bored 40 of the 50 holes, so 10 more holes at 16mm for this here shouldn't be a problem. But that's if I can get a new motor onto this thing, and that's if I actually have a motor for it. Right, need to quickly get into this and get her fixed. He's not standing waiting on it, but he needs it today. He's gone away now to actually fit some of the gates and railings onto the holes he's already bored, so I have a wee bit of time to get her fixed before he actually has to bore the other holes. Now we don't need to go on to the gearbox section, that should be fine. Doesn't say anything about the hammer performance. This thing just got too hot and popped. It's even hot just for me running for a few seconds. It's just one of them motors you can't actually tell by looking at it that it's burnt out. Looks good, but it's shorted out somewhere inside. So one of them windings is actually touching the other. And there's two segments of the armature being energized at the same time. So whenever the right one is energizing, there's another one forcing back on it, causing it to try and run both ways at the same time basically. So that's why you hear it struggling. New armature needed. Block vents ain't going to help it either. Just give that a quick wee wipe down as well. Just a quick wipe down because we can't spend too much time on this. Switch out of the way so we can get to this screw. It's just so we can take the brush holder out. This will need a new set of brushes as well if we're putting on a new armature. Now the contacts aren't burnt either, so that should be okay for the field. And the field itself hasn't melted either. Sometimes when they get too hot, the coils of the field can get too hot and melt the plastic up here, which then shrinks in and jams up the armature, but that came out free enough, so that should be alright. Coils themselves aren't actually blackened or anything, so that should be okay. just to be sure. Just stick it on here just in case. Gone. Right. Going to need a new one of these and a set of brushes. Straight away, I'm into problems. I haven't got an armature for this thing, not in stock. And this one's a 240 volt. This number here. My stock. Showing me nothing. Never even brought one on before. So I'm not getting a new armature for this today. So I can't fix it with a new one. Maybe might have a second hand one. I know there was one here with a smashed gearbox, unless that has the right armature for it as well. If it's a matching one, maybe this will work. This here one's actually a different model of Makita drill, but same voltage for a start. A lot of Makita stuff, any brand, they don't always go with new parts. Sometimes they can use the same motor and modify the gearbox. That gives it a new number, but sometimes the parts are interchangeable. So we'll check the numbers of this and see if it's compatible with the one we have. Right, so this one is the HR2611T, and R1 is actually the HR2611F. So we'll check the number on this, 63, and see if it's compatible. So that's 515289-2. This one's 515359-7. So no, it's not. That one's not the same motor. Question is this the one I'm thinking of? Check the serial number to see why this one was scrapped off. So if I search my repair sheets for this particular drill from the past, if I search the serial number, it was looked at in January 2022, and it wasn't worth fixing because it has a burnt out motor. The armature in this one's already gone, so that's not the one I'm thinking of. Maybe this one. It's 240 volt anyway. Now the body's looking more promising. The actual clamshell's the same, just different numbers, but I'm not 100% sure if this is actually out of that machine now. This is kind of just sitting loose inside of this body. Check this first, see if it's compatible. So this one is the HR2610, again 240 volt. Part number 76. So 240 volt of that is 5153597. The one we want is 515359-7. So that's it. This armature from the HR2610 is the same as the HR2611F. I just have to hope now that this is that armature from that drill. Going with the diagram, this does look similar. Now you can't tell the parts just from looking at them. They don't actually have any part numbers written on them, nor does this housing. Sometimes they do, but this one doesn't. So I can't even tell from part numbers if this is definitely the right one, but should be able to match it to the one we just pulled out anyway. That looks pretty good. This one looks like it's a wee bit thicker. That's only because there's more lacquer on it, or this here resin. I think we're good to go with that. One thing you definitely want to make sure is the windings. Make sure it definitely is a 240 volt machine. You can tell by the actual thickness of the windings inside. See the way these ones here are a lot smaller and more of them. Same as this one. Smaller gauge wire and lots of them. If it was 110 volt, they'd have a thicker wire and less windings. Like that there, for example. And so you can quickly tell if you're using second-hand parts, if you've at least got the right voltage, because you could have the right machine from the right model, but you're not sure the voltage. So a 110 volt will have thicker windings and less of them. The 240 will have a thinner gauge wire. So this should work. Might need a bit of a clean just. Clean that. We'll clean this down a little bit. And the bearings are okay as well. Right, that's the insides of her all cleaned up. I think that's us just about ready to go with this Instafix. So stick a little bit of fresh grease on there just in case it's light. Not much because we don't know how much is on there. Just a top up. Now, not everybody actually gets an Instafix on here. Just doing this one because he's actually a regular customer. This man be down out of the shop all the time. Plus, he's just a really nice fella. Don't want to be seeing him stuck without a drill. And more so than that, he didn't even ask for an Instafix. He wasn't looking to get this fixed right there and then on the spot. We just offered to do it, so he's not stuck like. Plus, if this was going to take too long to do, he was actually just going to buy a new machine to get him going today. But you don't want to see your customer extra money if he doesn't have to be. So we say we just get this on straight away and see if we can get it fixed for him. Like I say, he doesn't need it for the next few hours maybe. So after lunchtime, if it's ready, he'll be on to get it. And if it's not ready, he can get a new machine then. Now, brushes, if you're changing the armature, always put in a new set of brushes as well. Because you don't want to risk the new armature on an old set of brushes. See with these here ones here, they're a wee bit worn. See there? Because a new armature, that could potentially do a brand new armature damage, but this isn't brand new, this is an old worn one, so you don't have to be as careful. Plus, these brushes, they're not even halfway worn yet, so there's still plenty of life left on them. So reusing these will help keep the cost down again. You need to have the switch out of this thing to actually get the wee screws down in here. Usually screws actually hold on the brush holder. Some of them are actually screwed on the other side. The screws holding the field go the whole way back to the brush holder. This one's just screwed on here. These two wee screws. And they're hard to see sometimes, so if you're ever wondering how to get this brush ring out, move to one side and see if there's any screws on it up in here in the middle. Because some of them also have a clip, they're not screwed on at all. Some of them actually just clip on here. So you unclip it to lift it off. Move your spring back over. And we are nearly there. And the wires and cells, polarity, which way they go. White's on top, but it doesn't matter if you mix them up. Not going to do any damage. Only thing it's going to do is reverse the switch, or reverse the brush holder. So whenever you go forward, drilling right hand, it's going to be going backwards or left. Whenever you go to the left to drill out, it's going to be drilling forward. That's all it's going to do. It's not going to do any damage. It's just really annoying if you're used to it the other way. But that should now, hopefully, get this thing sorted. As long as there was nothing wrong with that armature to begin with. Now the old drill that came out of, I can't actually remember it because it was a warranty job. It was inside of the year, and it smashed the actual shaft and side. Big long steel bar with gears in the end of it. Cracked it and actually stripped out the gears. And the reason we still have this is because it was taking 2 months for that particular part to come in. So this original one we took the part out of was also from a regular customer. We didn't want to leave him waiting 2 months. We actually just gave him a brand new machine instead. We took the loss in that and kept the old one for spare parts. So the motor of it should hopefully be still good. Look at that. Look at that. One Makita SDS drill, a HR2611F from 2012. 12 years of work done, up and running again with a second-hand armature out of a different Makita drill. And this man has to do a few more holes with this today, but hopefully I'll be able to do 10 holes now. It was the 40 that burnt this one out. These can drill a 16mm hole, no problem. But when you're doing 40 in a row, one after the other, not letting the thing rest, it is going to generate a lot of heat. And the hotter your motor gets, the more likely it is it's going to burn out. But you will realise when you're running it how hot it is. This man, he knew he was taking the risk and knew it was going to burn out. But he had to get the work done. So hopefully now he can get her finished today. Anyway folks, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little Instafix video on a Makita drill. If you're liking the tool repair videos, give us a wee like and a follow down below. And if you want to help the channel, you can also hit that subscribe and share button. Anyway folks, thanks. Cheers.